Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Flashback Podcast. I am Johnny Arnold.
And I'm Tina Arnold.
And I'm Megan Kruppler.
And this is the Flashback Podcast. What's up, everybody? And so, Megan, this week we are talking about 1987, and Megan is going to start her section off.
So I'm going to just take it right into crime. But before I do, I want to give a trigger warning, obviously. Some of these subjects are really delicate and really, I just don't want to trigger anybody. So here's your warning. So in 1987, obviously, there was a family called the Dardenne family.
Dardenne.
I'm gonna spell it for you. You can pronounce it, Tina. What?
The Dardenne family.
Dardenne. The family was Keith, Elaine, and their son, who was 3 years old, Peter. Elaine was pregnant. So Keith didn't show up for work one day. And I guess this was a little town and it just wasn't like him. His family or his work decided to go check on them because it just wasn't like him. So instead of finding him, they found the wife Elaine, the 3-year-old son Peter, like brutally beaten it was beyond a beating. So much that Elaine gave birth to a daughter. She was 7 months pregnant. And then they beat the child as well, the unborn child.
Oh my God.
Then they were put away and their beds tucked in the bed. So here they are, the family of 3. They're all slain. And where's the husband? So automatically they're thinking, if he's not here, maybe he's the person. I mean, that's always usually the first suspect, right? When a family passes away. They had, that was their suspicion that it was the husband. They had his close friend of the family, the mother, saying there's no freaking way that Keith would ever do this. As a matter of fact, Keith had told his mother, this was November, Keith had told his mother that they were actually moving their trailer back to where they were living, or used to live, in January. And she said, well, why? He said, I don't like what's happening here. People are being robbed. People are being murdered. I just don't feel good here. So we're coming home. Unfortunately, they didn't. They had lots of people looking for them or him. A day later, they found him deceased in a field. Execution style, is that what it's called when they're in their head? So he was killed. They had at least 100 people that they, looked into. They had thousands of leads, but nothing. They couldn't come up with nothing. 13 years later, let me make sure that was right. 13 years later, there was a man in jail who had confessed to the crimes. So this guy, his name was Tommy Lynn Sells. He was like a drifter. He had killed in Kentucky, Arizona, Texas, Missouri, and now Illinois, which is where the family lived. Obviously, it takes a lot more than just to say, hey, I did this. And some things were consistent with his saying that he did it, and some things weren't. Like, he told them that there was watermelon ceramic in the house. And the family said they had no, watermelon plates. So they kind of is this guy telling the truth? Is he not? He would change his story quite frequently. He actually compared killing people to heroin. It was a rush for him. So, he said he killed over 77 people, but they had got him, or they had figured it was at least 22. He did actually, April of 2014, he did get the death penalty, so he's no longer here for a different crime. but he was never actually charged with that family. I can't pronounce it, Tina.
The Jardine family.
Yes. So there's still speculation that it's unsolved. And the reason why was because he was a drifter. You know, you don't just usually I hate to say this, but a lot of people are messy when they do crimes, right? They leave fingerprints and stuff. But this was so well done that they had over, I think it was 100 and something different types of things that they tested, and they could find no other fingerprints or DNA but the family, which is kind of weird. So
he wore gloves.
Yeah. And he was a drifter, which doesn't kind of match up with that. Now, he said if they had looked really good in the woods, they would have found where he stalked them and left beer cans and stuff, because he kind of zoned in on this family. He would pick a group of people and just do it. But then again, he could have got it mixed up with another. If he was that freak of a killer, maybe he got it mixed up with another family.
He didn't.
Maybe he didn't.
Yeah, maybe he knew what he was talking about.
Maybe. So, I mean, I guess it's one of those unsolved but solved crimes, which I found really interesting. That's why I chose it this week. Plus, it takes a lot to me when there's something that brutal. I almost sometimes feel like it was an intentional, someone, not just, I want to kill somebody, but what's it called when it's a crime of passion? When it's so brutal and so personal? Personal and like a crime of passion, or there's, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It kind of, the fact that he isn't the type of person to wear gloves. He didn't get the ceramic match right. But then again, who knows?
What else you got?
Well, I got a lot of goodies this week. So I decided to, obviously I do fashion. I've got fashion. I think we'll dive into that.
I wanted to tell you something really quick. I was trying to look it up to make sure that I was right, but I think when you said his name, one of my favorite shows is Criminal Minds. I think that he was on it. I think that his story was on it.
Oh,
because when you started saying that, telling the story of that, I knew I had heard it before, and so I went and looked it up. Because when you said his name, it just really was familiar, and it says he was on Criminal Minds. Not him, but his story.
Aren't all those stories on Criminal Minds based on true stories?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so it was the killer's story?
Yeah. The story of that family in Tommy Lynn Sells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was on Criminal Minds.
It's okay. That's an interesting thing. Now you got me wanting to.
Yeah, I thought you would like that,
episode.
because maybe we could watch it together. I didn't mean to ever talk to you. I'm excited.
No, I want to watch the episode because I when I do my research, obviously I look up the year and I look through a handful of different types of crimes. And then I will also go to YouTube and watch several other people's intake of it and stuff like that. So it would be interesting to watch the actual story play out. I actually did that with a story that I have been obsessed over my whole life. And this involved a military man. And I think it happened in the 70s. But I'll have to tell y'all about that another time, because it's super long, and there's movies made after him, books written about him, several documentaries.
Yeah,
I mean, it's that.
You've told me.
Yeah, but I was obsessed with it because I remember as a child it coming on TV, and I thought, is this a movie? Is this real? And so I finally found it, and it actually was a real story.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'll deep dive in that later, because it's like I said, it's got a lot of twists and turns in it. So I'm gonna just go into something a little more fun, and that's fashion. And I like fashion. So I got a good list here. Back in 1987, a lot of people like to mimic the Breakfast Club, the Brat Pack. So they like to wear single earrings, rosy tops, suede shoes, funky hats, actually brooches and vintage assemble like Pretty in Pink. There was also jelly bracelets. Leopard print wearing was in at that time, which
Megan was in style.
I know, right? But so there was something called glam metal. Y'all remember that?
Yeah. No.
So there's glam metal. So similar to Vixens, the Poison Dollies, Pesh from Warlock. Have you ever heard of that? These are music people. And a little bit of Michael Jackson. And it usually was like pleather leggings, which is, would it be plastic leather? Is that what pleather is?
I don't know. I know it's like a fake leather, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fake leather. Sorry, I lost my thing. Lace corsets and bustiers, leather jackets embellished, asymmetric accessories like earrings, large earrings, and gloves, like with the hands cut out, similar to Michael Jackson.
I remember,
and then of course
girls wearing the gloves without the fingers.
They also had a lot of vibrant earrings, and I always remembered it kind of reminds me of like Saved by the Bell, where they had like the triangle earrings and things like that. I always thought it mimicked. Remember Barbie and the Rockers?
Mm-hmm.
That's like on my toy list.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Barbie and the Rockers. Y'all, I know the Barbie and the Rockers song. Or Barbie and the Rockers rocking on the Totally, and we're Dana, and Derek, and Dee Dee too. That's crazy. Okay. Anywho, shoulder pads were still in for office looks. With wool skirts, pantyhose, high heels, and blazers oversized. For men, Doc Martens, spike bracelets, hammer pants, power dressing businessmen stripes, and neckties. Tropical clothing. Do y'all remember tropical clothing? And safari jackets.
Oh, it's pretty.
What's pretty?
The tropical clothing.
Is it not like Hawaiian shirts?
That's what I'm getting pulled up.
Yeah.
2 watches is better than 1, so people wear 2 watches.
No, it's not the same thing, John.
I remember seeing that in like movies and stuff.
Chunky gold polo shirts, skater boy, so psychedelic t-shirts, baggy pants, checkered wristbands, and striped socks.
Good Lord. We were something back then.
A hot mess, but we loved it, right? And obviously the big hair. So like people would do crimpers, perms.
I would love to have a crimper.
Me too. So the bigger the better.
Yeah. So if you look up glam metal, it just pulls up a whole bunch of hair bands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of them like would wear makeup and stuff. Like the guys would wear makeup. And...
Mm-hmm. So that is it for fashion. And then, obviously, I did something I thought was kind of fun last week where I did the top actors. So I wrote down the top 10 actors for 1987. This is going to be in order from the best to the, well, not the worst, but because they were top 10, but in order. So there's Stephen Guttenberg was number 1. Gutenberg was number 1. John Candy was number 2.
Oh.
Danny DeVito was number 3.
Oh, wow.
Sylvester Stallone, 4. Steve Martin, 5. Tom Hanks, 6. Arnold Schwarzenegger, 7. Michael J. Fox. And then Eddie Murphy. Did I get 10? 1. That's 10. It is 10. I wrote down 10. I guess I just got the numbers. As I was reading them
I'm
wrong.
surprised by the order of those.
So what would you have thought?
Well, I mean, I guess Tom Hanks had not had his breakthrough yet because he would
last week, wasn't
he would have been on the top. But I just am surprised by Danny DeVito, I guess.
Right? He was number 3.
Yeah, he didn't hold
4.
that
He was
for
4. That's where I missed
long
it.
time.
I skipped Chevy Chase. He was number 3, and then Danny DeVito. Sorry.
Didn't Danny DeVito start on Taxi? Wasn't that the show?
I don't know.
Wasn't he on Cheers?
Danny DeVito?
No.
Was he not?
No. Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Danny DeVito was on Taxi, along with Tony Danza
Yeah, but I mean, that was his first acting thing, right?
and Christopher Lloyd.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was on it too. I forgot about that. Oh.
Yep. Taxi was his first TV role.
I remember watching that with my grandparents.
Hey, did Joey Lawrence play in that?
No.
Joey Lawrence was in a car movie.
This was before Joey Lawrence.
Oh, he was in something then. Had to do with cars.
Let me see. I don't even know what year Taxi came out. I think
1978.
Taxi. Yeah, I knew it was like something like that.
Oh. Well, Joey Lawrence is pretty up there in age because I remember him as a kid.
No.
He was in yeah.
That would put him in like his 70s, or 60s.
Joey Lawrence would have been 2 years old when that show came on.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to have to figure out what he was in because I remember him being in something.
Brotherly Love.
I don't know. I'll have to look at the pictures. I'll have to look it up. I
thought he was older than that. That puts him only 2 years older than us.
Yeah, he's not very old.
Oh.
I remember.
I thought he was like at least 5 years older. At least.
That was when the teenage magazines like Bebop and Teen Fling and all of that magazines were really cool. Yes. Tutti Frutti. Do you remember Tutti Frutti? Yes. Yeah. I had so many of those. And now let's go to music, which is everybody loves music, right?
I forgot to do my metal list.
Oh,
I was tired though.
I hear you. So I think I got you covered, not on metal, but I have a lot of music here. So I have, I still haven't found What I'm Looking For by U2.
I thought you were admitting to something.
Need You Tonight by NX. Hazy Shade of Winter by the Bangles. I like the Bangles. You don't remember that?
I know the Bangles, but I don't know that song.
Oh, maybe it's because I have their CD. Like their top hits. Didn't We Almost Have It All by Whitney Houston?
Love it.
Head to Toe by Lisa and the Cult Jam. That was like skating rink shit right there.
Absolutely.
Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
Awesome song.
Rock Steady by The Whispers.
Yeah.
Rock Steady. Okay. Shakedown by Bob Seger.
Love Bob Seger. Don't know that song.
I don't either. I want to say
name anyway.
You're busted. I don't know. Okay. Lips Like Sugar by Echo and the Bunnymen. I don't know that one.
No. No.
Lips Like Sugar. I don't remember that one. Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now by Starship.
Yep. One of my favorites.
That is a good
Starship.
one. Was Starship around back then?
I doubt it.
Tina's going to investigate.
Not in Georgia, anyway. Not in the Bible Belt.
I Heard a Rumor by Bananarama.
I know that one.
You remember that?
Yep.
Am I saying it right? Bananarama? Bananarama? I don't know. April Sky by Jesus and Mary Chain.
I know the name of that band. Don't know.
I vaguely remember. I've heard the name of the band.
Mm-hmm.
I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. I've Had the Time of My Life by Jennifer Warnes. Am I saying that right? Warnes? Hopefully. Wipeout by Fat Boys. Wipeout. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, that's
That was Beach
Batman.
Boys.
Wipeout? It said Fat Boys.
We're singing a different song than what it is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Now I'm
I'll have your
Google
information
it.
when you're done with this list.
Okay. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. And I am going to butcher this. Glenn Royce. I'm going to spell it for you, Tina. Medeiros. Okay, we'll just, I know the song. We'll just say it's by Glenn.
Yeah.
Lost in Emotion. Wasn't that Lisa in the Cult Jam?
Don't know.
Luca. Susanna Vega.
I gotta cut in for a second. It was the Beach Boys and the Fat Boys.
Oh, the list didn't say that. That's interesting. Come Go With Me by Expose.
Expose?
Yes. I knew that. I just didn't say it right. Is This Love by Whitesnake?
One of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Rhythm Is Gonna Get Ya by Miami Sound. And that is
it
list.
Miami Sound Machine?
Yes. Sorry.
And is Gloria Estefan in that? The rhythm is gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get
maybe.
you.
Oh, it maybe is her. I remember Gloria Estefan, but I didn't know that was her band's name. Probably, right?
So. Yep.
I went by list, so I did go by list. I am not the maker, just the reader. Are y'all ready for a quiz?
Do you want to know your information about the Starship Adult Novelty Store?
Yes.
I do.
So it was originally founded in 1978 by Lamar Huff. The Atlanta-based retailer started out as a record store before shifting its focus to smoke items and later in the 1980s, adult products. So he actually started it as the Starship Adult Store that we know in 1982.
Starship, wasn't that at Little 5 Points? In Atlanta?
I don't know.
Hold on.
It doesn't say, it just says in the Atlanta area.
I am pretty sure that was where we used to get our water bongs.
Of course it is.
Y'all can talk. I'm just looking.
Oh, go ahead, Megan.
Okay. So I have one small catchphrase from this time era, and I looked up slangs, but obviously a lot of the slang kind of mingles together. But one of the most popular one was couch surfing, which means couch surfing.
Yeah.
Which means it's not the kind where you sleep on the couch, our friend's couch, while you stay over, but what happens when you sit around and watch TV all day. And I guess you're kind of surfing the web. Oh my God.
Not back then.
Surfing the TV.
Okay.
So it's called couch surfing. What are you doing today? Oh, nothing. Just couch surfing. So that was it.
That's interesting.
Right. Then I have a quiz for y'all.
Oh, okay. I like quizzes.
Before I do that, one question. Do y'all know the most popular boy and girl's names of 1987?
Jeremy and Jessica.
Okay, and what would you say, Johnny?
Johnny and Joan.
Joan?
No, I've never had a friend named Joan, but
I have no idea.
I've heard Josie. But it was a good guess. So it was Michael and Jessica.
Jessica, yep.
Mm-hmm. You did get Jessica correct.
Well,
but
because
Michael,
growing up in school, there was like 4 Jessicas in every single class I had, if not more. And you had to call them Jessica R, Jessica A, Jessica B. You had to call them by their last initial or you didn't know who you were talking about.
that's hilarious. Let's see. Are y'all ready for a quiz?
Yep, I thought that was the beginning of
I
it.
thought that was it.
Thought we were already in it.
It was just a random fact, but I guess it is a quiz. I mean, yeah, it is. That was just a little extra.
You're a little
Okay.
extra.
I am. What energy drink gives you red wings?
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Red Bull gives
You
you wings.
Okay,
give
so
me red wings.
22% of all USA mattresses contain what liquid?
I'm sorry. Johnny
I wasn't paying
distracted me. We
attention.
didn't hear that. Johnny said something bad.
I
say,
missed it.
say it again.
Oh, wait a minute. We talking about Red Bull?
Nope.
22% of all USA mattress sales contained what liquid?
Water.
Waterbeds.
Oh, waterbeds.
Duh.
The
My mom and
dial
daddy
tone
had
goes.
one.
We had
With the
one.
wi-
My earball itches.
They had one with a mirror on top. My parents was like,
Freaky
yeah.
deaky.
Yup.
Chicka wow wow.
Who became the first woman to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987? So I'm gonna give you 4 guesses.
Okay.
Because I knew that would be like
Joan
what?
Jett.
I was gonna say that.
So Carole King, Diana Ross, Ronnie Scepter, Aretha Franklin.
None of those are rock people. Except I don't even know who the third one was.
Says they were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm going to say Aretha
I was
Franklin
gonna say,
because she is
but-
closer to being rock than any of those other ones.
Final answers?
Aretha Franklin.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we win, Megan.
They just and
A
I think they
cardboard
just
cookie?
inducted Missy Elliott too.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
What?
They just inducted Dolly Parton too.
What kind of fame? And the rock and roll?
Yep.
That needs to be a big spectrum more than just rock and roll. Why not put music fame or something?
All right. It doesn't.
Don't make sense. What TV series about a widow father raising 3 daughters?
That's Full House.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yes.
no, I'm missing these.
So this one's going to be easy, but I had to throw it in there because it's fun. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Why is she roboting?
From what pack?
Megan?
You roboted on me. That's weird. Y'all froze.
Must be the internet. It's Dirty
Dancing.
What NES Nintendo Entertainment System game was introduced in America public in August of 1987? So you have 4 choices: Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers, Kirby's Adventure, or The Legend of Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda.
You know your shit. Especially
was
when it
my
comes to
shit.
Zelda.
That was my game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that on my video game
let's-
list.
In 1987, the eyes of the world met together for one small community in Midland, Texas. Do y'all know why? This was a horrific.
Jessica fell in the well.
Yep. That was a big
I
story.
remember when that
She was-
happened.
She was 18 months old. Do y'all know that they actually raised over $1 million for her and she was able to buy her first home?
Oh wow.
Damn.
Right? They took them over 50 hours to locate and bring her to safety from her own backyard.
Yep.
Kind of wish I had jumped in a well back then.
Right. Not
Be a
me.
millionaire.
I just cracked my skull open. That's okay.
Well, by now it would just be a bad memory, and then you'd be a millionaire.
For this. What is What was the miracle antidepressant drug that debuted in December of 1987?
Prozac.
Lithium, Viagra, Prozac, RD 485. I've never heard of RD 485, but
Oh, I guess it was Prozac.
Isn't that it?
it was Prozac.
Like air
It was a
conditioning
miracle
shit?
drug. It was on the list. I was like, I've never heard of 485 RD.
I think that is.
For
That's
cars.
Freon.
Yeah, it's Freon for cars, isn't it?
Oh my
Don't use
gosh.
Freon
Did
for
they try to
depression.
trick us? Did they try to trick us?
Please.
Those little shits.
Let
Who
me just take a
is-
moment to say whippets are not okay.
Well, you're going to die with Freon. I mean, that's just death.
So I got 2 more good questions for you. I think it's 2. Who is Tom Cruise married to? Nicole Kidman,
Today?
Katie Holmes, Julianne Moore, or Mimi Driver?
Nicole Kidman in 87.
In 87, Mimi Driver.
That's who I meant.
It was Mimi Driver.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Tom Cruise's wife.
Did she do anything,
You
or
would-
was that just her
She's
status?
an actress. You
Oh.
would know her if you saw her. And it's not Mimi. It's Minnie.
Minnie.
Oh,
Minnie.
my bad.
I'm going to look and see who she is.
The thing said Mimi on the thing. I don't know why. I thought Mimi sounded kind of different.
Oh, yeah, I know who she is.
Hold on. Megan,
Yes, ma'am.
you said Mimi Driver. It's Mimi Rogers and then Minnie Driver.
So, who
So-
is it?
So he was
That's
married.
what's on the list.
Yeah, they just got it mixed up. He was married to
Okay.
Mimi Rogers.
Oh, so it was 2 different things. The people that made the quiz fluffed it for me. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot. I'm about to do my double research.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm about to double it up.
I remember her, too. From something. I know her face.
Who was the original voice of Marge Simpson?
I don't know what her name was.
Oh my God, I can see her. Oh my God.
So I'm guessing it's a different person than the show that they have now? It was a different voice
Must be
actors?
different. It
Tell
just
her
said
name.
who was the original voice of Marge Simpson.
I have no idea.
Tell her name.
Tracy Ullman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. So I must be thinking of the woman that does her voice now.
Mhm.
I didn't realize it was Tracy Ullman. I love the Tracy Ullman show, and I would love to sit down and just watch that. But no, did not. So that concludes the quiz, and you both get a cardboard cookie for effort.
Thank you.
Yay! You get a cookie, and it has no calories.
Shit.
Yeah, Julie Kavner voices her.
Now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you going to do your thing?
Oh, is it my turn?
Sure.
I had 2 other things, but you are welcome
yeah,
to
go
take
ahead.
over them because we did discuss the food and drink trends in 1987. Do you want to do that?
I think I'm not sure if I had that on my list. Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'll leave that up to you. And then I had the top cars.
You can take the food because I have other stuff.
Okay, well, top foods were Angel Hair Pasta, Capri Suns, Cool Ranch Doritos, French onion soup,
Yum
pasta salad, quiche,
yum.
shrimp cocktails,
Yay.
SpaghettiOs, sugar cookies, and sushi. And I
Spaghetti-
craved none of that.
SpaghettiOs, they don't taste like they used to.
They don't. A lot of
Mhm.
foods that we grew up with, they've changed the ingredients, they've changed the makeup of it because they're on this big health food trend now. And SpaghettiOs is one of the foods that they hide a big amount of vegetables in.
Oh.
That's why it doesn't taste the same. But let me just touch on this. So French onion soup was one of the things that my mom used to make me when I was little, and that was one of my comfort things that she would cook for me. She would put a piece of white bread in the soup and provolone cheese, and I would eat the hell out of that soup, and I still love it, and my kids hate the way it smells. Shrimp cocktail. Did you ever? Megan never had it. Never mind.
No. I know
Johnny,
what it looks like, though.
do you remember the shrimp cocktail cups that they used to sell? You could go into the grocery store and get these little glass cups, and it was like the cocktail sauce with the little baby shrimp in it.
Was it red sauce?
In it, yeah. You would open the top of it, and inside the cocktail sauce was little bitty baby shrimp.
No, I don't remember that.
Mom used to buy those all the time. So when I saw that list, it took me back, because those were our two things that we shared together. And
I love that.
in my childhood. And they don't sell the shrimp cocktail things anymore. You can't get those anymore. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had
That's
to.
okay. That was
touch on
all.
that.
That was all the food. I did have the top cars. Acura Integra. An
Thunderbird
Audi.
is going to have to be in that.
Who?
A Thunderbird. It's 1987.
You would think. And is it called Audi?
Mhm.
5000?
Audi.
Yeah, Audi 5000 CS Turbo, Chevrolet Corvette, a Ford Mustang GT, a Ford Taurus, Honda Accord, and a Mazda RX-7 Turbo.
Wow. In 1987, there wasn't a Firebird. There wasn't a Thunderbird.
No, and I love
There was
those
an
cars.
Audi. What?
If
That was your
ever
first car,
become
wasn't
was it? You
No.
had a wagon.
Yeah. Valari station wagon. Go ahead.
If I ever become extremely wealthy, I would love to buy an older model, Firebird and Thunderbird and all that, and have those classics and relive that feeling, because I loved those cars.
Yeah, I
My
grew
very
up on muscle
first-
cars for the same reason you did.
And one of my boyfriends at the time when I was younger had a red Firebird. No, it wasn't a Firebird.
That had to be William.
It was a Camaro. Sorry. Well, not a Firebird. My mom had a Firebird. It was a red Camaro, and I was obsessed with it because I was obsessed with him. And I just had so much fun in that car.
We bet you did.
But anyways, yes, I did.
Our daddies worked on cars. And so my dad was obsessed with muscle cars when I was growing up. And your dad was as well. So that's a big thing for us. My dream car is a Ford Mustang.
That would be a nice one on the list too. We just need to have a big ass garage
It's like
with
Jay Leno.
all. Yeah, the dream.
What's your dream car, Johnny?
Jeep.
The Wrangler.
As for the rest of my notes, I think that covers it all. I did obviously, yeah, I did my little favorite stuff for when y'all do your thing. But other than that, that's what I've got covered.
Hello, my name is Tina Arnold. You may know me from my weight loss journey on TV and right here on the Flashback podcast. But did you know that I'm also a writer and a photographer? I have 3 books that are available on Amazon.com: Sweet Lantern, Broken Lantern, and Another Life. You just have to head over to Amazon.com and search my name, Tina Arnold. You can also find my photography prints over at Etsy.com, where you will find my prints on canvas, phone cases, calendars, and many more products. Just do a search for T. Arnold Photography over at Etsy.com. So am I taking it away?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all. Buckle in.
Oh shit!
I get movies, and I am
I know,
the movie buff.
Oh my god! I'm got excited because you're doing movies and you made me watch 2 movies.
Woo, y'all. This is a long list, so I'm going to dive in.
I'm going to get my little sign. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
You didn't leave. What do you mean you'll be right back?
I bent over.
Okay, so movies from 1987. The Lost Boys.
Yep.
Starting out strong. No, Megan, you know this one.
Yeah.
For Keeps.
Oh my God, it's a legend movie for me. I am obsessed with For Keeps. Oh
I
my
know
God,
the
it's so
name, I
big.
don't
Put it
remember.
away. You remember that
Yep.
scene? Put it away. It's so big. Oh, let me look at it again. Oh,
They're
would you settle for huge?
teenagers, and they're married first, right? Or
No, they're
pregnant
are in
first.
high school together. Actually, they're going to college. Her man is wanting to be an architect. She finds out she's knocked up and pregnant, and it's their way of like working through that and like all that.
but they
good
get
stuff.
married,
They do.
and the
But I
movie
don't-
is about two teenagers that are having to navigate not only being married but also being parents.
And trying to work and trying to just all that good stuff. So
Can't Buy Me Love.
that is another classic. I love it. That was when I first laid eyes on Patrick Dempsey.
Yes, I think everyone fell in love with Patrick Dempsey that summer.
Hmm.
Whitewater Summer with Kevin Bacon. No? Johnny?
Sounds
not-
really familiar.
It sounds familiar, but especially because Kevin Bacon, but like,
Was he a bad guy in that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Me and Aiden watched it recently, and Aiden fell in love with this movie, and he's probably seen it 10 times since we watched it together. It's the one where Kevin Bacon and two other guys, they've committed some crime, and to get away, they decide to go down the rapids, but there's another family there,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
they
I
like
remember.
I
take
know
them
this.
hostage.
Yep. I remember that. movie.
okay,
Yep.
I know that one.
Yeah.
I just didn't know the name of it. And it got like a father and a son and a wife.
yep.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I know that one. I
Yeah,
just didn't know the name.
Aiden is obsessed with that movie now. The Pickup Artist.
I know
Love
the
that one.
name.
Molly Ringwald.
Yep.
It has her in it. I've seen it.
Who's That Girl with Madonna?
Never even heard of that.
Date with an Angel?
That sounds familiar.
What
do
was
you-
it?
Date with an Angel?
That was Michael.
Michael E. Knight.
Yeah.
Yep. The Gate,
Oh yeah. Yep. Remember that.
one of my favorite scary movies. Megan, you've seen it. Put your note down. So
Yeah,
it's the one.
I just don't know.
It's the one about the kids who open up the gate to hell in their backyard, and their parents aren't home. He's being babysat by his teenage sister, and the little demon men come in the house and torment the children. You've seen it because you've watched it with me.
I'm not good with names.
It has Steven Dorff in it when he was a little boy.
I have a goblin in my bed.
I see that.
It reminds me of like, what is that cartoon? Phineas. What is the thing? The two kids that have like summer
And Ferb?
vacation.
Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, it's kind
The
of like
gate
that.
reminds you of Phineas.
No.
and
The way
Ferb?
you were explaining it, it sounds like something that like they would do during their summer vacation, like open the gate to hell, and then the demon like
was.
run out.
It was during their summer vacation.
Oh my God, that reminds me of Encino Man.
We're not there yet. But we'll come to that next
It
decade.
just reminded me of it. Well, he was in the backyard. Never mind.
The Witches of Eastwick
Oh yeah, with Jack Nicholson and Cher. Wasn't Cher in that?
and Michelle Pfeiffer
And Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah.
and Susan Sarandon. And I think, now let me ask you, because it's been a really, really long time. This used to be one of my favorite movies as a kid, which is really weird, but I was a really weird kid. Isn't this the movie where Jack Nicholson makes the lady like throw up the cherry seeds that he's eating with the three witches?
Probably.
so.
I barely remember that movie. I mean, I was
I
young
remember
when I
bits
saw
and
it.
pieces of it.
Yeah.
hmm They change hair colors and stuff too. Wasn't that singer in it? Not Bette
Cher.
Midler.
Cher.
Oh, I'm thinking of Hocus Pocus. Hang on.
Kane.
Oh my God, I'm so terrible. Yes, I know the movie. Oh, just shoot me now.
Megan, did you hear where I named everybody that was in the movie?
I
Twice.
did. And
3
just
times.
obviously,
Batteries not included.
Loved it. Loved it.
that's me.
Still love that movie.
No, it's not. Still Dawn with Patrick Swayze.
I remember that.
Okay, so
I remember
Is
the
that a
name.
vampire? Is that vampires?
it is not, but it is one of the movies that I know that like my parents and Jason used to watch. And I think it's like along the lines, the same kind of movie as Red Dawn, but
Yeah.
it's a little different because they're not being invaded. I want to watch this one again because I want to.
Yeah, I know I've seen it. I just haven't seen it in so long. But
Megan, well, you're gonna see it. Good morning, Vietnam.
of course.
So I know this one. Obviously, it's got
Robin
one of the
Williams.
best actors in the world in it. But it's been a hot minute since I watched it. My parents liked it. Watched it a lot.
My dad liked it too. That's how I heard it. But I loved Robin Williams. So, Harry and the Hendersons.
Of course.
Love
With John
it.
Lithgow, was that his name?
Yep. And I have to just visit this next one for a minute.
Visit it.
Yes. So, this is a movie that I grew up on. And I just don't think that any of us back in the 80s, our parents weren't as sensitive to what we saw. You know, I got my eyes covered for sex scenes, but I could watch the other stuff. They would cover my eyes for scary stuff because they didn't want me to have nightmares. But there was stuff that I got away with watching that the kids today would not be able to watch. You know what I mean? Full Metal Jacket was one of my very, very favorite movies.
Yep. I still love that movie.
I watched that movie with my father, and I guess maybe we watched it censored on TBS because you know it, Megan. You've seen it with us. You watched it with me and Daddy, okay? So it's the one, this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun.
And the guy
Okay.
that can't keep up, he kind of goes insane and he kills the staff sergeant and then himself at the end of the movie.
Flaw some of my brain.
If you saw the beginning, you would know. So my father loves Gunny, and Gunny is the drill sergeant in this movie. I grew up with Gunny because of my dad. And this was just one of those movies. My dad tried to watch it with our older daughter about a year ago. And he got like 5 minutes into the movie and said, nope, and turned it off. So that just tells you how times have changed from 1987 to now.
I don't remember it being like crazy.
Oh, there's
I really remember
raunchy.
Yeah, I don't remember it being raunchy.
there's some really raunchy stuff in there. Hamburger Hill is the next
I
one.
know it's a war movie, and I know I've seen it, but
It is.
once again,
I
been so
want
long.
to tell you who's in it. I don't remember the main guy's name. Okay, so Hamburger Hill has, I'm gonna butcher his name. Don Cheadle.
what else is he?
Oh gosh,
Was he big or? I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know that name.
you do. If you saw him, you would know who he was. All right, so we'll move along though, because I don't know how to tell you anything else that he was in. Adventures in Babysitting.
Of course.
That's a great one.
Overboard, the original.
Way better
Isn't that-
than the second one.
Yes.
Yep. Love Overboard. That's one of my favorites too.
What's her name?
Goldie Hawn
Goldie Hawn
and Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
He
have-
was always like, I always thought, I didn't get a mix up, him and Patrick Swayze, but their hair style always reminded me of each other. The mullet look.
the permed mullet.
Yeah, the mullet.
Yes.
Not the looks, but the mullet.
Johnny loves this one. The Running Man.
Oh yeah, with Harrison Ford.
The Untouchables.
I've seen it. I don't know. It's a mob movie. I
Yes.
just don't remember.
It's a big mob movie. I think Ray Liotta is in that one.
Hold on, isn't Joe Pesci? Is that the one with Joe Pesci? And I get all the mobster movies like mixed up.
But we love them. We love the mobster.
Yeah,
movies.
love them. Yep.
Okay.
With Joe Pesci, and he's always like freaking out. And
Oh, I was even wrong about who's in this one. See, I got it mixed up too.
That's not the right one.
Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, and Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I know I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
We're going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, I love it.
I had to catch up on it because I was getting that mixed up with a Ray Liotta movie. Probably close in name.
You're probably thinking about the one I'm thinking about.
3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah, with Tom Selleck and.
Tell me
for that one.
Tell me the big thing about that movie.
The diaper scene.
The diaper. She said the diaper scene and showed it to me.
You know, wasn't it Tom Selleck? He still looks the same, doesn't he?
I don't even know if he's still alive.
He is.
He is.
He is.
He looks exactly the
it's
same.
Burt Reynolds that passed, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He looks exactly the same.
I always get Tom Selleck and Burt Reynolds mixed up, y'all. So the big deal about 3 Men and a Baby was the boy in the window. Do you remember this? Okay, so there was
I've heard your story of the window and the boy.
There was an urban legend back in this time, and y'all, this movie scared the crap out of me because of this scene. And I believed the urban legend of the boy in the window. So if you are panning just right and you're going in slow motion, there is a boy standing in the curtains of the window in this movie. And this is going to be horrible. I don't know how to code this for YouTube, but the urban legend was that the boy lived in the apartment that they filmed in, and his mother had left to go either to work or like to the grocery store. And the little boy, in the movie, you can see him, he's standing and there's a rifle in front of him. It's about the same height as him. And the story was that he unalived himself in that apartment while his mom was gone. And so that's why you could see his ghost in the movie. Now, they say that it was a cardboard cutout that someone had placed there and forgot to move during filming.
So can we watch this? Because now I want to, what's it called?
I just want to see that one scene.
Yeah. It's called Three Men and a Baby.
Oh, well, that's the same thing. I thought we were on a new, like, haunted story. I was all invested in this shit.
This is something from that movie. And it was a big, like, urban legend for that movie back in 87.
Now I've got to watch it to look.
Yep. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Yay!
Y'all, I have to be honest with you. I didn't even know that there were 4 Superman movies. Okay, so we have to revisit the 3 Men and a Baby thing. Because it's been so many years that I kind of got some of the story mixed up. I don't know why I remember it as him having a rifle in front of him. Maybe it's the Mandela effect. He doesn't have a rifle in front of him. I just looked. It's just him. And the cardboard cutout is supposed to be a Ted Danson cardboard cutout that got left in scene, and they didn't find it in time. The next movie is La Bamba.
I remember that.
La Bamba.
Well, I know the name of it.
It's the story of Richie Valens, I believe. I think that's his name.
Who's in it?
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh, that's why I know it.
Asai Morales. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Yeah, Richie Valens. It was the story of his life and death. Inner Space.
Do remember that movie.
That was I loved Inner Space. It was such a cool movie for its time. I can't remember, is Dennis Quaid the one that shrinks down and goes into Meg Ryan, or is it the other way around?
I think he is the one that goes into Meg Ryan. Pretty sure.
Yeah. It was a really cool, that would be a sci-fi movie, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
For its time. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The Dream Warriors. Now, I'm going to look it up just because I don't want to be wrong, inaccurate. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I believe, yep, this is the one that me and Megan said we loved as a kid because this is the one where they're in the psych ward.
Oh, okay.
And one of the death scenes is the boy's tendons become puppet strings, and Freddy is the puppet master.
That's right.
And it
So
goes to the
you have
window,
some
right?
creative editing to do right there, sir.
Yeah. Yep.
So sorry.
He becomes a puppet.
Yes, that was the character Joey.
Yeah.
Roxanne with Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah.
I remember that. Yep.
It's the one where he had the long nose, and I think I don't remember the man that did it. I wanted to say it was Steve Guttenberg, but I just realized it's not him. But it was kind of like, what's it called when? Oh my God. It's like this thing where Steve Martin, he speaks for the other man to make him look better.
It's not courting.
No, it's a story.
I don't know. I
I don't know. We'll move on because it's not important.
I don't like fancy words.
It's
I'm not
something like
watching that
de Bergerac. Cyrano de
that's
Bergerac?
It's too big for me. Sorry.
Okay. Raising Arizona
I know
with
the name.
Nicolas Cage.
I know the name. I don't remember.
I know the name, but I don't know the details because I don't remember it. Wasn't a young girl?
I can't remember the actress's name. I want to say, I don't remember her name. I don't want to get her wrong. Oh, I was right. Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter and Nicolas Cage, they can't have kids, and all she wants is a child. And so he knows of this family, this really wealthy family who has a lot of babies and thinks they won't miss this one. And so he goes and takes the baby in the middle of the night and takes it home to his wife, and they're raising the baby while the family's going crazy looking for it.
Oh my God.
But they do it in a funny way.
It totally sounds like a life channel movie, whatever.
Lifetime?
Yes. It sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Creep Show 2.
Love it. Yep.
And I think this is the one with the lake monster, right?
I get them confused, so I don't know.
Let's
You talking
look
about
it
the big blob thing?
Yes.
It's like made out of acid and it disintegrates to people.
Watch that with you.
So,
I love the Creep Show movies.
yes.
I tried to watch the TV show and it was dog shit.
It was The Raft. That's
Yes.
that was the name of the scary story it was based off of.
Yep.
And it was horrible as a child to watch that scene where she's laying on the dock and the oil spill comes up through the dock and like eats her face
Yeah,
off.
it like melts her.
Watching it as an adult, it's just kind of silly.
Dude, I
But
still
it's still cool.
like those.
But it's not as scary as it was
No.
when I was a child.
One day, I watched that with you recently, like in the last year since I've
Yeah.
been here. And one day we were riding to the mountains, and I remember passing by this water that had stuff in it that looked like the globs.
Yep.
And I thought, oh my God, the globs are here.
I had to park on the side of the road and get out and take pictures of it.
Is that the one with Jordy, or is that the first one? With Stephen King plays Jordy?
I think that's the first one.
Jordy, you lunkhead.
Yeah, I think we need to watch them, y'all.
I don't know.
Predator.
Of course. Of course.
It's one of Johnny's favorites. Revenge of the I can't say it.
Blah, blah, blah.
Revenge of the Nerds 2.
Yep.
I got one. This was one that I really liked as a child. Baby Boom.
Nope.
Yes. I thought about that
Look,
one. Didn't
she
you?
knows.
Isn't that the one with the baby food and shit?
Yes.
Yeah,
She's like
I
this
was thinking that earlier,
businesswoman.
but
Does she get her sister's kid?
I don't remember whose kid it is. I just know the story. And it's I want to know her. I know her name. She's got the straight hair.
She's one of my favorite actresses.
Yes. I can't think of her name, but I know.
Diane
I know
Keaton.
it. There you go. I love that movie.
She moves from the city and she's like this big businesswoman. She gets this kid. She moves out to the country and starts making organic baby food. and turns it into like this big business.
How does she get the kid? She steals it just like in the
I think
other movie?
that it's her sister's kid.
No.
Something like that.
Or Nicolas Cage went and stole one and gave it to her.
It just says she inherits the baby from a distant relative. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Like syphilis.
Oh no, it's not. No, that's not a fair comparison, sir. Teen Wolf 2.
Of course, with
Yeah, I was about to say who's the star?
Bateman. What the hell was his name?
I don't know.
Jason Bateman. Oh.
Yep.
The Bateman boy.
Y'all, this is really weird because I was a little girl that loved little girl stuff, but one of my favorite things to watch with Jason was Masters of the Universe.
The cartoon?
No.
The movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't like that?
I did, but I wish that they had kept it in Eternia instead of bringing it to Earth and all that shit. I hate it. That's what drove me nuts about it.
Well,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Your opinion doesn't count.
Hopefully they'll do it right soon.
House 2.
Of course.
Followed by Evil Dead 2.
I know I've seen it. I don't know about House 2, but
so let me tell you,
Let her finish.
I thought she was wrong.
God.
Okay, finish.
I was just going to say, I love all the Evil Dead series, and they're really corny, but I like them. I don't know about House 2. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to have to say big fat nope. Your turn, boss.
He's being a smart
no, I was thinking, House, they had actual comic books that were both based on House 1 and Part 2, and I had those.
House 2 is, I think, the Crystal Skull, right?
Yep. And Grandpa, and I actually liked that one better than the first one.
Really?
Yep. Had Jesse and...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Is this
The
scary?
little worm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was for its time. For us me being a 6-year-old watching this.
It was actually, to me, it was more like sci-fi, like comedy sci-fi than it was like horror.
It scared the bejesus out of me. There were things that came out of the closets in this movie.
A lot of movies that I used to watch in the USA Up All Night that I don't have titles to.
Yeah.
I just remember the movies. So, maybe.
This wasn't one of them.
Dolls.
Yeah. Fucking hate that movie.
Megan, you've seen it.
Oh, thank you.
That movie caused me a lifetime of issues
Dolls
with dolls.
is the one where the man goes to the house and he's tormented by all of these killer dolls.
Porcelain dolls.
And at the end, his soul goes into a new doll.
Watch it.
No, I'm not watching it.
I'll watch it.
Y'all, Monster Squad came out in 1987.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I loved that movie growing up, and it's one that we handed down to our kids.
Kids love it.
And
Aiden really loved it.
yeah, they watch it every year. RoboCop.
Of course. Love it.
Ugh.
What? What?
Now I know
How
why
the
you don't want me
fuck
here.
have you not seen
You're going to have a date day. You have to watch RoboCop. Over the top.
Yes, with Sylvester Stallone. Yep. And he was a truck driver and he
Yes.
did the arm wrestling.
Yep.
Yep.
Lethal Weapon.
Of course. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson.
The Principal with James Belushi and Louis Gossett Jr.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar, but I don't know. Is it scary?
No, it's a drama
then-
about a man who goes into, I think it's like he goes to help an inner city school. And I don't remember the details of the movie. I just remember it was a good movie. G.I. Joe, the movie.
Yes. Yep.
Dirty Dancing.
Wait, was that a woman? Was that a woman?
No,
That was G.I. Jane. Never mind.
that was Demi Moore.
This
Yeah,
was a
that's-
cartoon movie.
Okay.
Dirty
No.
Dancing.
Of
Oh, I've
course.
seen that one. Love that shit.
Yeah.
The Secret of My Success.
Oh, with Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know that one?
No, but I had a ding dong moment.
Some Kind of Wonderful.
Never heard of it.
With Eric Stoltz and Leah Thompson, I believe. Don't remember that one?
I'm on the fence.
With the blonde-headed girl, and she has, let me see it. Some Kind of Wonderful. Let me tell you her name. Her name is Mary Stuart Masterson. She had short blonde hair, and she was a chauffeur.
Oh.
Or she chauffeured for him anyway. Spaceballs.
Of course, one of my favorites. Yep.
No, I'd be fired. I didn't know that one.
Just call me Barf.
Oh my God. There's so many quotes that I grew up with between my dad and Jason and other people. Princess Bride.
And my other people.
No, I didn't grow up with you.
I raised you.
Princess Bride.
Of course.
Fatal
We
Attraction.
just watched that. Not Fatal Attraction.
That's the one with the rabbits, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never actually seen that, but it was a big movie in 87.
We'll have to sit down and watch it.
Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
know, I've watched a lot of Jaws. I don't know what is what.
I've seen them all,
I think
but
that
I
was.
don't.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I don't know which one is which by the name.
I think. Wasn't that the 3D one, or was that? No, that was Jaws 3. One, I don't know. Hell, they all blending together.
Yeah,
All the same
they're
shit
just all a
over and
killer
over again. Yeah.
I've been obsessed with piranhas too, so I don't know when that came out, but sharks and piranhas are bitches.
Piranha actually made me afraid of the
Of lakes.
Yeah, me too.
and the tub. I
The
thought they were
tub?
going to pop out of the tub. Yeah.
True
Lord
story.
Johnny.
When we were going on our trip to the lake, I was afraid piranhas were in the water.
She was afraid that Lake Lanier had piranha.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never know.
There is a city under that lake.
Summer school.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
I know that, but I
Chainsaw.
don't know the gist of it.
Take a seat. Where should we take it?
Disorderlies.
Of course, Fat Boys. Yep. I mentioned this on
Yep.
another show. Yeah.
I know. Well, this is the year that it came out.
Yeah.
Back to the Beach.
Sounds familiar.
So I got to tell you their names, and I don't know them by heart.
I saw Disorderlies at the
That
theater.
day, back to the beach. I need to see that.
Okay, so it had Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon, Paul Rubens, Lori Loughlin.
I do remember that.
It was a really funny one that we used to quote all the time when we were kids.
It was a series like the Beach Blanket Bingo people, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
kind of like making fun of those movies, kind of.
Yeah.
Because
I wanna
that's what
see
they grew up doing.
We grew up watching that, me and my little sister. So I would love to watch that again.
One of my favorite Christmas movies: Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep, remember it.
And your favorite scary movie?
Whose?
Yours.
Oh.
Tell me what it is.
Oh, Hellraiser.
Yep.
Sweet.
I was going to say, is that Pinhead?
Yep.
I got it.
Howling 3. My mom was obsessed with the Howling movies.
I mean,
I
I
don't
know
remember them.
I know I've seen it, but I don't remember. They all kind of blend in together. So
I need to watch them because I've never
Never
I don't think
seen-
I've ever seen them.
none of them.
Did you
I don't
say
think so.
Howling or
Howling.
Halloween? Oh,
I've seen all of Halloween movies. Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, it's werewolf
Okay.
movie.
I haven't seen it.
Now, this was one that I watched as a kid. It was a really fun movie. I loved Howie Mandel. Still love Howie Mandel. Walk Like a Man.
Never heard of it.
You don't remember this.
Nope.
He was left out in the woods and raised by wolves. And then his family, somehow he is found, and like his brother doesn't want him to be found because he has to share his inheritance with him.
Oh shit.
It's a comedy, but huh?
Mm.
Isn't he the same guy that plays that suitcase game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is that called?
I don't remember.
Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
He was also Bobby.
Yeah, from Bobby's World.
Oh, okay.
Mannequin.
Yes. Good Lord.
We gotta watch that again. I've been craving that.
You've been craving Mannequin?
Mm-hmm.
Flowers in the Attic.
Yep.
It was,
All of them.
I know you.
yes, it was my favorite author.
Never watched them as much as I have since I've been with you.
We if we don't know that, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I own all of her movies. The Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Oh yeah. Yep. Dude, they were disgusting.
Can we watch that?
I don't even. I know that I've seen it. I don't remember it very well.
Their heads were like huge on top of like normal human body.
I would
They were
imagine
gross.
that's probably not an easy movie to find for sale, but we'll look for it.
That it was kids in the movie.
There were kids in the movie, yeah.
The
But these were like adults that were wearing giant heads, and they looked like
well,
grotesque.
we gotta look this up. I'm going to Google it.
Ernest Goes to Camp.
Of course.
I want to watch that too. I love that one.
I was in love with Ernest.
Hey, Bird.
Me too. He's so fucking amazing.
Born in East LA.
Nope,
Huh?
never heard of it.
You don't remember that with Cheech?
I was born in the. Okay, yes.
Well, I know you know this one because our children were obsessed with it. The Chipmunk Adventure.
Oh God, yep.
Do you remember when they were taking the dolls full of diamonds around in the hot air balloon?
Yeah.
I've
Hello?
seen that one.
Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
I actually do know. I know the name, and I know I've seen it. I just couldn't. I don't remember it though.
It was one of the ones that scared me as a kid. My Best Friend is a Vampire.
I know the name. Definitely know the name.
So it has the guy that, one of my favorite movies is Dead Poet Society. And it has Sean Leonard, I think is his name, as the main vampire, teenage vampire. Made to Order with Ali Sheedy.
Know the name.
So I don't want to get this wrong, but so after a night of partying, a spoiled heiress, which is Ali Sheedy, ends up in jail, and her millionaire father wishes he never had a daughter. And it sends her, she like wakes up and she isn't who she was when she went to sleep, and she's poor, and she has to become a maid.
Oh,
I
hold on.
remember
I kind of do remember that. I kind of do remember
yeah.
that.
She's forced to like do things that she's never done
Yes.
before. Yes. And guys, I'm sorry. Did y'all hear that funny noise? It sounded like I went whomp, and I didn't. It was my stomach. It sounded like I did. Even Catherine was like, "That was your stomach?" Yeah. Okay.
Hello Again with Shelley Long.
Nope.
No?
Never heard of it.
It's she I think she dies and like comes back.
I'm
So
so
she
confused.
chokes on a chicken bone, but her sister Zelda is like this, I don't know, witch, and she brings her back
Is this-
to life.
You know what it makes me think of? She-Devil.
That was a good movie.
Well, was Roseanne, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. A Tiger's Tale with C. Thomas Howell.
Nope.
No,
I don't know them.
he's dating a teenage girl and he meets her mom and falls in love with her mom and starts dating her mom.
Damn.
The Jetsons meet the Flintstones.
I do remember that one. Yep.
That was a big movie for us in 87. It was like a big deal for the two worlds to meet.
I was like, finally, a fucking crossover.
Right. All right, y'all. That was all of the movies, but I have cartoons.
Yay. My favorite part.
There weren't very
Okay.
many that were new for 87.
So, yeah, I had a problem with that with the toys, too, for 87. But,
Yeah, it's a lot of repeats, but it's
Mhm.
okay.
Alf, the cartoon,
yep.
came out in 87.
Remember it.
DuckTales, which Johnny and I love.
Yep. Duck
Megan
Tails.
knows it.
Woo.
Yes, and that's one of John's favorites too. He loves DuckTales.
I think that everyone just loved DuckTales because we all dreamt of having that room.
Didn't they make a new one?
They're
That
Darkwing
was-
Duck.
Yes, I love Darkwing Duck. Yep.
Mm.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah,
Love it.
Oh, Tony, you didn't like Fraggle Rock?
I did.
Oh my
But
God.
now that I think about it, I wouldn't like it now. You know, but
Probably not.
I still would watch the other cartoons.
We watched it in kindergarten every day, or probably not every day, but it felt like every day.
I just remembered John was born this year, guys.
Oh,
1987. Happy birthday. Sorry. It tickled me.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Of course.
Love
And
it.
1987 was the year that The Simpsons were introduced on the Tracy Ullman Show.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Hmm.
So now I have a list of TV shows.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't.
Me?
It was my chair.
Oh. Okay, so my mom, big sci-fi fan growing up. And I was a Trek kid. So Star Trek Generation, The Next Generation.
Yes, that was a good one.
Married with Children.
Okay.
My father loved Al Bundy.
Yeah, I loved that show.
Full House.
Eh. Nah.
You didn't like Full House as a kid?
I mean, I watched it, but I mean, yeah,
21 Jump Street.
yeah. I actually did like that one. Oh,
I think everybody liked 21
Yeah.
21 Jump Street.
Drunk Street.
Drunk Street. I might be on Drunk Street right now.
You're 21 and you're drunk on the street, man.
I'm just kidding, y'all. It's just Celsius water. The Bold and the Beautiful.
Is it a soap opera?
It is.
Yeah. I know the name. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Beauty and the Beast.
The cartoon?
With Linda
Oh,
Hamilton.
yes. Oh, my God. I forgot about that shit.
Yep, Jason loved that show.
Yeah, I watched that. Yep.
That was the TV series.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
liked that one. And I've looked for it. I would like to watch that if we could find it.
Okay, I'll look for it. A Different World
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
and Out of
Wayne
This
Wayne.
World. Yep, Out of This World.
Girl.
that's the Triangle Girl, right?
Yep.
That
I
was the
finally
girl
got her on my
that
list.
he was an alien or something.
Just the 10 of Us.
Nope. Never heard of it.
Really?
Yep. Don't
With
remember.
Coach?
I remember.
Coach.
No. Coach was what they called their dad, not
Oh.
from the TV show Coach.
No.
My Two Dads.
Nope.
I think that was Stacy. Oh, what was her name?
Yeah, she had really long hair. And one of her dads had like the mullet and was supposed to be the handsome.
Yeah, Stacy
and then
Kean.
Yeah.
And Paul Reiser.
Yeah, Paul Reiser.
Me and Johnny like another Paul Reiser TV show that comes later.
Mad about you?
Yeah.
That's a
Unsolved
great-
Mysteries. Sorry, Megan.
Oh.
Yes, loved Unsolved Mysteries. Yep.
I was scared to death of the man that hosted that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Adam's dad? Maybe not.
What
That was
his
America's
name?
Most Wanted.
Robert Stacks or something like that. Robert Stack.
I'm trying to find him.
Robert Unstacked.
Yeah, Robert Stack. That man, y'all, that he was just so creepy to me as a child. His voice would come on, and I was scared. Max Headroom.
Oh, of course. Oh my God. Yeah.
I knew that
Absolutely.
you would love that one.
Absolutely. Loved that show. Loved it.
MTV's Remote Control.
I remember it, but I wasn't.
The Geraldo Riviera Show.
Oh my God.
Showtime at the Apollo.
Yes. I
Yep.
remember. Yep.
It's showtime at the Apollo. Win, lose, or draw.
Of course.
It's one of the ones we had to watch.
No.
And this one's for you, Johnny. The Headbangers Ball.
Yes. With, well, they had a few hosts, but the one I remember the most is the bald-headed dude and the little short, skinny dude with the dark hair. Can't remember what either one of their names were.
Okay, so Adam Curry. These are the people who hosted, okay?
I wouldn't know the names. I would have to see their faces.
Oh, well, I'm going to read them to you anyway. Bruce Dickinson, Vanessa Warwick, Ricky Rackman,
Yep, Ricky Rick.
Kevin Seal.
And one of them was bald, and I remember the chick.
Yeah,
Some chick, yeah.
Vanessa Warwick.
Yeah.
And the bald one is probably Kevin Seal.
Okay.
So that was it for TV shows, but now I have books.
Books.
Your favorite.
They're all porn magazines.
Stephen King's Misery.
Fuck that. God.
Who's your favorite actress, Johnny?
She's not my favorite actress.
Because of this movie, Johnny cannot stand Kathy Bates.
Really?
Yes.
Can't stand her. Nope.
Because she was so good in her role in the movie Misery. He can't watch her. So Stephen King had a double whammy in 1987 for #1 books, and that was Misery and Tommyknockers. Do you remember Tommyknockers?
I know the name.
They
So
had
the
a
on-
TV series, didn't they?
Huh?
Did they have a TV series of that as well?
I think so, yeah. It had like, that's all I remember is like the glowing green of like the introduction for the TV show.
Somebody's knockers were glowing green.
No,
There's also a Stephen King one where they all it was a group of people.
The Stand.
Oh, okay.
The complete short stories of Ernest Hemingway. And
I remember. No, I don't.
no, you don't.
No.
And Tom Clancy's Patriot Games.
Hey, I saw the movie with Harrison Ford.
Happens
Right? What
every
wasn't
time.
Harrison Ford in that movie?
I believe so. So there were 2 things that you missed on the food list that I had on my food list. So I'm just going to say Snapple iced tea.
Ooh,
First flavor was lemon iced tea in 1987.
sweet.
And sushi reached its peak popularity in 1987. And sushi is my favorite food, so I had to make note of that.
Nice.
Suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Can we please, if we're good girls, in the next month, go to our Sushi Asawa?
Sushi
dying.
Asawa.
I miss that place.
Clara and Mary asked me to ask Johnny to let us go. So I had just got permission for that.
Oh my gosh, I wonder y'all can bring me some back.
Yeah,
if y'all
they
wanna
don't
be-
mind if you go, Megan.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. I have some fun facts.
Fun facts.
I'm going to have to minimize y'all, though, to read them. All right. On January 3rd. Oh, nope. You've already said that. I'll say it again just because I started it. But on January 3rd, Aretha Franklin became the first female artist inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But moving on. Les Miserables, which is my favorite play, opened on Broadway. In 1987, the most popular baby names, you already said that. The average life expectancy was 74 years old.
What is it now?
I don't know. Let's see.
71.
Probably 40. I'm just kidding.
Actually, I've heard them say that 40 is like the new
Oh, y'all, there are different ages.
20 or something.
There are different ages for, they have a medium life expectancy and a high life expectancy. I think that we are on the medium and you
Be
are
on the lower
probably on
tier.
the high. So 81 years old for the medium and 84 and a half years old for the high.
You mean Mike can live till I'm 81?
Maybe.
I would love that. I would
I'm
love
sure
that.
there are things that we do that bring that
I'm trying to fix
average
it.
down. So what was that? I said 74. So we've gained, you know what it is?
What?
They told us bacon was bad for us.
I still eat the shit out of bacon.
Stop you.
I don't care what they say. I'm going to eat the hell out of bacon.
Red M&Ms were back after being banned for 11 years. Did you know that?
Why were they banned?
In 1976, red dye number 2, a food coloring that was used in everything from ice cream to makeup, was pulled from the marketplace after Soviet scientists claimed that there was a potential link between the dye and cancer.
Oh, shit.
So
But
M&Ms disappeared from 76 to 87.
Then they brought it back because the population started getting too big.
Oh my goodness, we're not conspiracy
do it.
theory. We're not doing that right now.
I'm just saying.
In 1987, the alligator became the official state reptile of Florida.
Nice.
Okay.
Now it's probably the python.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, I mean,
They're overrun.
by pythons. North Carolina adopted milk as the official state beverage.
You know what?
No, they're overrun with anacondas.
Oh, is it? No, you're
Yeah,
making that up.
no, I'm serious.
Really?
Let me make sure I'm right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure because people were bringing them in as exotic pets and letting them go.
We did do our research.
They actually have a TV show about them hunting them down.
God, it's so freaking disturbing.
They're only one state away. Yep. They have a TV show where the entire basis of the show is them hunting down anacondas because they are so overpopulated.
No, the TV show is about them getting the python.
Oh, are they? I thought it was about the anaconda. I thought they had one about the anaconda. Am I wrong about the anacondas?
It is Python Hunters, and it is an unscripted series that follows a team of snake experts who scour the Everglades for the invasive Burmese python. But you are right, because I looked, and it says the green anacondas, I can't even speak tonight, y'all. They have been reported in north central Florida, in the Everglades and Gainesville, Florida.
Wow.
No.
People were bringing them in as pets, and they were starting to get too big, so they couldn't keep them, and they just freaking released them to the outside.
Y'all, I don't do snakes, and I don't do spiders. Ugh.
Me neither. Those are my two worst enemies. But I can deal with there's my belly again. I can deal with. I would rather have to kill a snake than a not a snake, a spider than a snake.
I kill snakes all the
I feel
time.
like I feel like I could take a broom and beat the shit out of
Y'all probably should not be admitting on video that you kill anything in this day and age.
Kidding me? You're
only
right.
poisonous.
Threatening me? If it's threatening me, I'm going to protect myself. There's nothing wrong with the protection.
You have.
And
Go ahead.
I was going to say, people run over ants all the time with their car, and they're pregnant. That's
like
still
pregnant people are running over again.
No, the ants are pregnant. This is something that she has said since we were kids.
Well, I do it because I have kids that play outside, and if I see a fucking venomous snake, I'm going to kill some of it.
Right.
I don't kill like the little constrictors and shit.
The non-venomous.
Right.
It's because we live by a water source, and the snakes that come into our yard are the copperheads. That's why. But okay, so moving on. Get away from reptiles. I'm going to have freaking nightmares all night.
right.
I have to look up this information first.
Oh, you should have already done this.
Well, I didn't.
You're in a lot. You're getting a write up.
I'm getting a write up. Okay. So the microwave, while it was invented accidentally in 1945, it became popular in the 80s around this year, and it sold over 12 million microwaves in the U.S. in 1987.
They were expensive as shit.
Yeah.
So we're VHS.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember like VHS and like the microwaves and shit. They were going like for like $600-$700 when they first came out.
The machine, all of it. Yep. But my grandparents had it.
Yeah, my grandparents had the same one.
Yep.
So the microwave ranged from $189 to $439.
Oof. Do you know what my papa used to do? He had 2 VCRs. I don't know how he learned this. He had 2 VCRs hooked up to the same TV so that he could put one tape in and record it on another to make a coffee for everybody in the family. How did he learn that shit? I don't know, but he did it. I was like, you go, Pawpaw.
You go, Pawpaw.
I miss it.
Your Pawpaw is the reason that we got the warning at the beginning of the movies.
Yeah, you're probably right. But gosh, rest his soul. He's no longer here. So,
in 1987, Ben & Jerry's ice cream teamed up with the Grateful Dead's Jerry Garcia and announced a new ice cream flavor. What was it?
Cherry.
Cherry.
Hold on, it starts with a G.
Let her do it. Don't say it, Johnny.
Cherry Garcia?
Yes.
Cherry.
Jerry Garcia. Cherry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia. Look at me. I'll tell you a little secret. I didn't know it until I did my research because I think I researched in some of the same places you did.
Yes.
And I had it on my maybe list.
These next ones are specifically for you, Johnny.
Oh.
On February 6th, 1987, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak left the company as a full-time employee because he was frustrated with the shifting priorities at the computer giant.
Yep.
And in April, MS-DOS 3.3 was launched.
Oh.
Sweet. I had DOS Shell and
Yep.
QBasic.
That was for Johnny because he's a computer geek. And he played around with all of this stuff when he was a kid.
I just noticed something. Y'all matchy today, and it looks cute. Y'all
Yeah.
both got like the same scheme shirts on. Johnny's got his little pimping hat on with his glasses.
Hold on. Let me show you something. Because I had not had these headphones to wear. I was going to wear this. Hold on. I got to take my headphones off to show you. And this is his hat.
I think everybody knows that's my hat, honey. It looks really
I
good
like
on you.
it.
It is really
does.
freaking cute.
Y'all are such a cute power couple.
Power couple.
We're a power couple, Johnny.
Yeah.
With our powers combined, we can summon Captain Planet.
I have more.
Sorry, my brain goes places.
You're so cute.
ADHD. But I was just admiring how adorable y'all were.
Look at my Batman hat. Tina gave me.
I love the flat bill hat on him.
I do too.
So
Man.
on June 15th, 1987, American computer scientist Steve, I'm not going to say his name right, Wilhite at CompuServe introduced the GIF image standard.
Oh, cool.
No idea what that means.
Johnny?
The GIF is a highly compressed, and it can also be animated.
Oh,
Yeah.
not like a GIF you give, like the computer
No,
GIF when you
yeah.
like the JPEG and the GIF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
GIF.
The things that dance.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now because my brain immediately thought gift. I know what gift is, but you're talking about the PC GIF. Okay. That's
So-
cool.
I have famous deaths from 1987. February 22nd, Andy Warhol, the pop artist, passed away.
Mm.
May 14th, Rita Hayworth. I know her name.
I don't know.
Let me see if I can.
Rita Hayworth
Yeah.
gave good face. Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean on the cover of a magazine. Grace Kelly,
You
know what I'm
We're
talking
going
about.
into Madonna.
Madonna. So that was where I heard the name from. Was there? Is that weird?
You remember the movie The Doors? They made
Yeah.
Andy Warhol look like he was like absolutely insane. And he was played by the same guy that played the father in Back to the Future.
Oh, Madonna. Now she's in my head.
Oh, so she passed away at 68 years old from Alzheimer's disease.
I forgot who the hell you're talking about.
Rita Hayworth. She was an actress.
Oh.
She was a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Well, now is that why Madonna said she gave good face? Because she had a beautiful face.
I don't
Now to
know.
Google her.
I don't
Rita.
And then I said, the first one I said was Andy Warhol, and he passed away. It says of an arrhythmia, an irregular
Oh.
heartbeat.
Like a heart murmur?
It just says a ventricular fibrillation was the cause of death.
I don't.
That his heart had quivered and stopped.
Oh.
And he was
I know he was around during the Doors.
he was young,
How old was he?
58.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She was stunning, by the way.
Yes.
I think that's why they said she gave good face. Because look at this. I don't know if you can you see that, Johnny?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's like a Marilyn Monroe. Beauty queen.
Okay, so one of my favorite people of all time was Fred Astaire. He died at 88 years old from pneumonia.
How old?
88.
88.
A good
88
life,
years old.
though.
Oh, yeah. You lived it out.
And you will know the next one very well. And
Who?
I remember his passing very well.
Who? Who will know?
You.
Oh.
So at 71 years old, on June 24th, 1987, Jackie Gleason passed away of liver and colon cancer.
Yeah.
And I remember that passing so well because we watched the Jackie Gleason show.
I wonder if he ever knocked her to the moon.
What was it? It wasn't the Jackie Gleason show. What was it called?
Honeymooners.
The Honeymooners. Yeah. We watched that. My dad loved Jackie Gleason.
Yep.
So I remember when he passed because it was a big deal in our house. And I am at the end of my list.
One more time, Alice, and straight to the moon.
Daddy used to say that to Mom all the time. Johnny.
Is it my turn?
It is finally your turn.
Yay! Hey kids, don't forget to check out the Flashback Podcast crew over on Twitch when we have our game nights, where you'll find us playing World of Warcraft, Friday the 13th the game, and many more. Tina Arnold can be found under Tina1KBF, Megan can be found under Megan1KBF, and I, Johnny Arnold, can be found under Johnny Shades. Hope to see you there. Alright, so I had a hard time finding anything, so these toys didn't necessarily come out in 87, but they were like on every kid's wish list type thing. Mm-hmm. Number one, laser tag. And a friend of mine had this, and they had the actual first laser tag. They had like the helmet, the chest thing, the shoulder guards and the back and all of it. So they were the most accurate because of that.
Yep.
The ones that you get now are like dirt. It's crap.
Aiden would love it.
He would like the original better.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He would have loved it.
The Tyco Turbo Hoppers. They were like the little dune buggies. They were insanely expensive.
I gotta see that because that was very familiar. Tyco Turbo Hopper.
Yep. They look like little dune buggies. Yep.
Oh, yes. Wow. That's a blast to the past.
I did not have one of these, and I'm pretty sure that only rich kids had these. They were the Tommy Omniboy 2000. They were like little robots.
Oh.
And then they came like with a remote control and
what?
The Tommy
Omniboy
2000 from 1987.
You were a rich kid.
No, I wasn't. They were middle class.
Okay, so we definitely didn't have this.
No.
No.
I didn't have this next thing either. It was the Fisher-Price PXL 2000, which was a camcorder for kids that recorded directly to cassette tapes.
Say it one more time.
The Fisher-Price PXL 2000. I remember seeing them in stores, and I was like, man, I wish I could get that.
So this is what Kevin has in Home Alone.
Oh. Well, like I said, rich kids.
Right. I didn't see that. I did have a little cassette holder that I'd carry around and record myself on, but never that.
Yeah, I had something like that too, like the little with the microphone that connected to it. And all
yeah.
That. But no, this was an actual camcorder that recorded video on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't that wealthy. I still have tapes, though, I need to get fixed before I lose them. Me and my daddy on my little cassettes.
G.I. Joe was still a big, like popular toy. And this was when they started introducing. Do you remember when Sergeant Slaughter from wrestling came into G.I. Joe? Well, you didn't watch G.I. Joe, did you? Yeah. Oh, well. Micro Machines.
Yeah, I know the Micro Machines.
Those were like stepping on Legos. And then, of course... Huh?
I was going to say, wasn't G.I. Joe the American hero?
Yes.
Wasn't that the saying?
Something like that.
I think he's supposed to mimic American Hero. G.I. Joe, the American Hero. I don't know.
Something like that. And then, like y'all were talking about earlier, Barbie and the Rockers.
Yes.
And they came out with those toys because they were competing with Jim.
Mm-hmm.
That was their competition.
Okay.
I was obsessed with Barbie and the Rockers, and I remember sitting on at the time I had a day bed, and I would jam out to their little cassette tapes that came with the Barbie figure. And my mom walked in. She's like, "Oh, my little girl's growing up. You're going to be a teenager soon." I just like, I even remember their names: Dana, Dina, Derek, and Dee Dee too. That's
Her name was Dee Dee too.
No, they go
She's a
Dana,
robot.
Dina, Derek, and Dee Dee too.
I know, but you were giving their names and you still had to give the 2-part.
It's lyrics in my head. I can't help it.
DDR2. Next one is Captain Power, and I had one of these because they were expensive. And all of what this was you had the action figure, and then you had the little vehicle that they were in, and you could use that as a gun type thing and shoot your screen during the cartoon while it was on, and it would interact with each other.
Oh, that's like 2022 things. How did they do that back then?
I have no idea.
That's technology.
It was like during fighting sequences, you could use the toy against the TV, and then it would fire back. And
is it the Captain Power Phantom Striker?
yes,
That's really cool.
I want one now. Can you still do that?
See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, they had really innovative shit back then, and they just don't freaking care anymore. I mean, it's just like it's dog trash.
Yeah. It's just whatever they
how
can
you really feel.
Huh?
Tell us
It's
how you really feel, Johnny. Sorry.
It's whatever they can spit out to make money fast.
Right.
They don't put any like passion in it.
There was no there's no thought process in anything anymore. It's just whatever we can, that flashy and colorful, whatever, and spit it out. And like, I don't know. Today's shit is just crap.
Today's shit is just shit.
It is shit. Then you had Pound Puppies was still a big thing, but they were getting really big in 1987. This is when they started coming out with the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Mm-hmm. And like they had coloring books coming out, figurines, all kinds of stuff. And I know y'all remember the Koosh balls.
Oh, it sounds
the
very
little
familiar.
ones that have like the rubber band strings that come off of it, and they flip them around. And
I have one of those.
Oh, yes.
And then of course,
he's
y'all
know. Kush, and I thought of him like squish squish.
And then you had. And then you had the Jim dolls.
Jim?
Yep.
Oh, you mean like
Jim. Like
Jim and the holograms.
Yes.
Yes.
For some reason, I thought GYM. And I was like, what?
And I don't remember. My sister, I don't think, had one of these either. But so I don't know if y'all will remember these. The Dozy doll. It was like a doll
that.
It looked like a really creepy. I hate dolls.
Oh.
I'm going to Google it.
You saw the photo, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
It's like it's a drugged out.
I'm so glad my mom didn't buy one of those for me.
Here's your junkie doll.
It is.
Is it DOZY?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I didn't have that. I would not have been able to sleep.
That's got the creep factor up there with those big head things that Megan was talking about. Yeah. What were those called?
I don't remember.
With the sunken in eyes, the big head.
With the purple hair? What was it called, Megan?
Oh, Hug-a-Bunch.
Hug-a-Bunch. Yeah, that's a dozy doll. The Hug-a-Bunch, or what the dozy doll was hallucinating.
Oh, my God.
I love the Hug-a-Bunch. I actually might have one.
You can keep it down there.
Yeah, shit probably comes to life at night.
They used to have them in in the McDonald's stuff. They had like little mini Hug-a-Bunches, and that you could like squeeze your hand and they'd clamp on.
Oh my
to,
God,
like,
no.
your car seat stuff.
You open up the Happy Meal and the kids start throwing up because they see that horrific, grotesque thing sticking in the box. Whatever.
You know?
You went too far there.
All right, so Alf actually had a toy that came out this year that was like Teddy Ruxpin, and it was called Storytelling Alf.
I'll be right back.
Oh.
Where are you going? We got to start the whole thing over. Oh.
You just keep it rolling, honey.
Some
Well,
whiskers.
Where are you going? Whatever.
Fame.
And then, of course, this one was a big one for me. This was the year that Sega Master System came out.
Sega Masters. Now, didn't they have the Viewmasters with that too?
They eventually did, yep. It was like a 3D thing. Yep.
I love the
Not a Viewmaster. Oh, I know what you got. I know what you got.
Oh shit!
That's not the one that talks, though.
But this is
this
is my Alfie.
That is your Alfie.
Not my Alfie. I had an Alfie, but this is Alf. And he sits in our living room and watches over us.
Hold on, wasn't Alfie the robot?
Alfie was the robot.
Okay.
And I loved my Alfie.
But Alfie wasn't as smart as the Tommy Omniboy 2000.
He also wasn't as expensive.
Yeah.
That's why I had one.
Like, you wanted this one, but you're getting this one.
I loved my Alfie.
The Alf series on DVD, if anybody ever wants to sit down and watch Alf with me. But I think I'm going to ask for an Alf for Valentine's. For our plushie Alf for Valentine's.
Do you think they still make them?
I'm
eBay?
sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Nostalgia sells like hotcakes, so yeah. I'm sure somebody still makes them. Yeah.
They probably do still make them, but I was going to get just a vintage one off eBay.
You do it to her too.
Anyways, this was the year that the Sega Master System did come out, and this was my video game system. I did not do Nintendo.
Loser.
I could
I have a Sega down here I'm selling.
Oh, did you hear her?
Mm-hmm.
She's got your game down there that she's selling.
The Master System?
I don't know. It's just a Sega system with a bunch of games.
I mean, I can get the same thing off of an emulator, so I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't know. It's a vintage one. I just didn't know.
So here's some 1987 video games that came out that year. Metal Gear, which is still a big popular franchise, but they call it Metal Gear Solid now. Double Dragon, which actually had a movie that came out in 1994.
Yeah, I know the movie.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
I know that game.
R-Type. R-Type was a really popular. They had it on arcade and like the consoles. I think it even came out for Nintendo. But all it was a little spaceship side scroller, and you would shoot enemies and stuff. Shinobi, which was a ninja game, and that's actually they just came out with a new one. Wise the Vanished Omens. This was one of my favorite RPGs on Sega Master System, and I was actually playing it last night, and that's why I threw my controller.
That's when you were throwing a fit.
Yes.
What is it
so
called?
he does that too.
Yes.
Which one? Wise?
Yeah, Wise. What?
It's like the letter Y.
Okay.
But plural. And the Vanished Omens.
That's interesting. John gets pissed games too and goes.
So does Aiden.
I'm like, what's going on? It's game.
Yep. Never heard of it.
Oh, I loved it. That was my favorite one. Well, one of my favorites. Mega Man came out in 87. Fantasy Star, and I know you've heard me talk about this.
Fantasy Star.
This was a very, very expensive game, and so it was later on. My friends had already played it, so I ended up getting it later when the price dropped a little bit. Yes, Megan.
On the PC.
What?
Fantasy Star.
There's an online Fantasy Star Online.
I was just wondering. I remember your friend Mike told me about it, so that's just reminded me of that.
Hold on. I know you want to move forward, but Is Fantasy Star the scroll that you had that hung when we first got together?
That was Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that was Ghost. Okay.
And another one, Afterburner. Loved this game. This was a Top Gun kind of game. It was flying fighter jets. And I know y'all will know this one, California Games.
I know. I love California
Loved
Games.
that game. Yep.
That was 87, huh?
Yep, that was 1987.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
To Google it. I don't know. if
California
I know it.
Games?
Oh, yes, man.
That was a big one.
That was the one where you could like surf or you could go and you could hit the half pipe.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Skateboard,
Okay,
roller.
now it makes sense.
Remember Skate or Die?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Loved Skate or Die. I think I actually played Skate or Die more than I played California Games.
Yeah, I did too. I played California Games a lot on, what was it? It was a little handheld device. I can't remember which one it was.
Oh my
I
God.
think, was it the Sega one? I can't remember. I don't know. But yeah, that was one of my favorite games.
I'm looking
California
at the screenshots now. This was like the shit when it came out, and now it's like this pixelated. Yeah,
but that was good for back then.
I would still play the hell out of this game.
I would.
I've really gotten to where I wanted to play like some old school like RPGs and stuff. That was all my games. That was all I got. You kind of took everything.
Who did?
You took my news.
Because you said you didn't have it ready yet.
I didn't have it ready.
And I
was
had it.
too tired.
I had it ready already.
I'm glad.
Oh, I have a lot of games down here, and I may have some vintage ones if you ever want to like borrow them and play them.
I mean, I can get emulators for that, so I can just play them on the computer.
Oh, well, that makes it a lot easier.
I'm
You don't
trying
need
to
plug
find.
that shit up.
Yeah, I'd end up having to find all kind of different wires, connectors, converters,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Did you say Final Fantasy?
I did not say Final Fantasy, but I know, Final Fantasy did come out in 87.
87.
Oh.
I was looking to see because there was a game that I used to play, and I wasn't sure. I felt like this was probably around the year that it came out.
Secret of Mana.
Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest.
John likes Castlevania and Secret of Mana.
I liked the older Castlevanias. Oh.
There's another one. I want to say, probably the year is off. That's why I can't find it.
For what? Like console? Nintendo?
Oh, that's why it's 93. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Remember Friday the 13th, the video game for Nintendo? It was for NES.
They really have that?
Yep.
That would freak
It
me
is.
out.
Oh, no. It was.
No,
GB.
this wouldn't.
Oh,
That was 1989. So we're ahead of ourselves on that one
For what?
for the Friday the 13th NES game. Oh, the graphics!
Yeah, I thought it was still cool, though. I thought it was cool.
I'm sure. Remember the cartridges,
Yeah.
the square cartridges, and how you had to take them out and blow in them to make them work.
Yep.
I have one I could show y'all.
I don't
Might be
miss
neat.
that.
Well, they lasted a hell of a lot longer than the damn CDs do.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Yep.
Especially with our kids.
Blow and it would be back into action.
Yep. Blow the cartridge, and then sometimes you have to blow the actual console out where the
Yep.
cartridge goes
Yep.
in. Yep.
That's so funny. So,
Yep.
And then if you got really desperate, you could take it out and sandblast it, or you could
he's making
use-
shit up now.
use a pressure washer to get it out.
And then you'd have to buy a new system.
It'd be all
But
right.
it's clean.
Megan, you had some things that you wanted to talk about at the end in general
Me?
chat. Yeah.
This is
Yes. So,
This is the end, my friend.
last week. What?
What?
This is the end?
this is the
So
end.
last
This is the game we play, y'all. How many times can we interrupt each other?
Well, there's a small delay, and I can't read your mind when you're going to speak. So sometimes it, you know. Anywho, last week I kept remembering a show that I used to watch as a kid because I watched a lot of
What was the name of the show?
I couldn't remember it. I just remember there was a puppet involved. All right. And it was at night sometimes. But for some reason the word Diana Ross hit my head. I typed in Diana Ross and it was true. And then I Googled that with the word puppet and I found it. And there was a show called Solid Gold with the freaking puppet Madame.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I was remembering. And the picture of the puppet is kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, she's creepy.
It just goes right along with all the creepy ass dolls y'all had.
I have to show you an image of her because I was like, what the heck? Why didn't this scare me? Why didn't it scare me?
That's the dog on the doorknob?
No.
That's not Arthur.
But
it's your baby.
She's hitting the doorknob?
I guess it was just rattling the doorknob.
What is it?
Callie.
She's wanting attention. She's the most attention-seeking cat I've ever been around. I love her, but she loves attention.
And this cat, okay, this is Johnny's kitten. She's the youngest one of all of our babies. This cat, when she wants in now. And when she wants out now. She is so impatient.
She'll put her hand under her paw under the door and swipe at you until you either let her in or out.
Some of the things that she does to me, like she likes to be held and carried around on your shoulder. And when I will just be sitting here in the complete silence. So I'll go ahead and I go, and I'm like, what? And she's like, you got to hold me. I want you to hold me and like put me on your shoulder.
But she climbs you.
Yes. If you don't pick her up, she'll be like, oh, you're picking me up, ma'am. You're doing it whether you like it or not. But she is the most lovingest cat I've ever been around. She really is.
She also gives hugs.
Yes. She's very affectionate, but it really sucks because if you have on shorts, tank top, if you have on a nightgown, this cat does not care. She is climbing your skin to get up to you so that you'll hold her.
You know what else?
Be sitting there and it's like.
Do you know what else is a funny trait of hers? She thinks she's a ferret. She steals stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you can think of. And it started when she was a baby. Me and John were playing board games. And I would turn around and she'd be like, oh, that's a game piece. And she would get it in her mouth and take off. She'd steal my earrings. She likes to steal earrings. Like anything she can find that's loose, she wants it. And she will take it and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
cute.
Funny. That just made me think of another movie, though, y'all. And I wonder if I missed it. I did it. I missed. It was 1982.
Oh, yeah. You missed out a long time ago.
Beastmaster.
What was it? Oh.
You made me think of it when you said the ferrets. I loved Beastmaster when I was a kid.
I didn't know if I showed you the puppet. I was just going to show you.
Oh, I saw the puppet.
She's creepy. She is creepy. Why didn't that scare me as a kid?
I don't know. Because Sesame Street desensitized you.
Because of those other creepy ass dolls that you had were desensitizing you.
No, this one's by far the creepiest. She looks very wicked. But I loved her. And I want to say that she'd have like a man come on there sometimes.
What was it called?
Yeah, Solid Gold.
Mm-hmm.
The Solid Gold puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do remember this. Yeah, I do remember her. Oh, I do remember.
Yep. And they used to have like, it was just like music and stuff, like entertainment channel, like an entertainment show. And they would always have the puppets on there.
I think my grandparents watched this.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's crazy. It was always that Solid Gold. What was another one? Soul Train, Johnny Carson, and then there was one more that I used to watch. Arsenio Hall.
That wasn't from 87, though, was
No, I'm
it?
trying to remember all
Excuse
the
me.
little shows that I used to watch. I'd sit up and watch at nighttime, and I'd get in trouble. And my mom would be like, hit the floor. And I would stick my hand out of the bed and slam it on the ground and say, I hit it, and go back to sleep.
What does she mean, hit the floor?
Like, get your ass up, get your feet on the ground by hitting the floor with
Oh,
your
you mean
feet.
the next morning.
Yeah, because I'd stay up late.
You skipped
I've
a
been-
step. We were still up with you watching the TV shows.
Oh. So I have just been nocturnal my whole entire life.
Me too.
From the time I was like a toddler, my mom would wake up and catch me in the living room midnight watching freaking, what was it came on at midnight? Was it the Johnny Carson show?
The snow?
I think it was Johnny Carson that came on at nighttime, like at 11 or 12, and everybody would be in bed and I'd be sitting on the couch.
It had to be 11. Didn't our TV still go off at 12 o'clock at that time?
I don't
remember.
I don't remember that. I don't
You
remember that
when the
time.
TVs went off? I think that might have been a local
Oh
station,
my
so
God,
I
they
don't know.
did. Maybe they did. But maybe it was 11 o'clock, but it was Johnny Carson. And I'd sit up and watch the Johnny Carson show. And yeah, I'd get in a lot of trouble as a toddler. I was just always I think I was just born sleeping or something.
You were born sleeping?
Yeah. I don't know. I just was, my hours and days have been always mixed up.
Yep, me too. My mom said that when I was little, when I was a baby, that I slept all day and I was up all night, and somebody told her that they needed to flip me. So
That
she flipped me
even-
in the crib, flipped me head over feet. And that was supposed to it was like an old wives' tale. That was supposed to reset my sleep.
Well, I can't be flipped anymore. I'm a little too big for that. So I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it and take some melatonin.
I don't like the smirk on Johnny's face. You're not trying it. So usually I end it with like a ghost story that has happened to us, but I don't think that we have time for that. I'm pretty sure we have hit our 2.5 or 3 hour mark here.
Probably.
So
Oh, we
I will
have.
save that for next week. And we should probably say goodbye for 1987.
Goodbye, 1987.
Adios, 87, until next time.
Peace.